Welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report with head coach Richard Nuttall. And coach, last show of the year, we're just going to recap the season, but how's everything going?
A little bit sad, but already thinking towards next season and planning and strategizing and thinking how we can improve on this season.
Well, we'll go through the conference tournament. Final, the championship game goes into double overtime against a very good Northeastern team. Hofstra came up just a little bit short, but just talk about your impressions of the game.
Well, Northeastern, a very good team, very dynamic. We set up somewhat defensively to try and soak up their pressure, but we got off a little nervous, I thought, in the first 20 or 30 minutes and gave them a few chances. And with the effects of the three previous overtime games, I think we were a little bit lacking in energy. But we got to the second half, maybe gave them one great chance. We had a couple of sniffs as well. And then from like the 60th minute forward, I thought we were comfortable and holding them. And then we get to the second overtime, and the boy Don Andin brings out a fantastic goal to beat us. So, and I thought we were going to get the penalties again. You know, we were hanging on, and we've got to give credit there. I do feel Northeastern were overall the best team in the conference this year. But once we got past the 60th minute when Andin was going on goal, I felt comfortable with the team. We were doing a fantastic job. Our guys, you know, even though they've got heavy legs, I thought they battled tremendously and we were in the game, and I was hoping, of course, to get it back to penalties again and maybe sneak one on the counter. But it didn't work out that way. A fantastic goal beat us, and every credit to Coach Ainscough and to Don Andin, the local lad who scored for them. It was a great goal, and probably, you know, the conference player of the year and the MVP of the conference championship. It was a fitting way that they won. You know, he took it fantastically well, and I can't really blame our team. It was an opportunistic goal.
What did you say to the team after the game? Because you have a lot of seniors on the team, players who've been with you 4 seasons, 5 seasons on the roster, and for it to come to an end in such an emotional way, just what did you say?
Yeah, there's not a lot you can say when the emotions are running so high, but I just said to them, look, you've done very, very well to get to where you are. Fantastic goals being, you know, you gave everything. I'm proud of each and every one of you, and you know, sometimes it happens like this, that a wonderful goal will kill the game and end the game. So I just told them we were very, very proud, and you know, it was overall a great season.
Well, you mentioned the fantastic run, and just talk about the semifinals against top-seeded Drexel. They were the host of the conference tournament, and goes into penalty kicks, 3 straight misses in a row by Drexel. Have you ever seen that in your career?
I've never seen that, and I've been involved in a lot of penalty shootouts. So they had 2 penalties to win it, and then 1 to stay in the game, which they missed. So I've never seen it, but there's a first time for everything.
Between advancing in the quarterfinals on the shootout, advancing in the semifinals, just talk about your team's character and being able to play these really close games and advance as far as they did.
Yeah, well, you learn from experience, and the George Mason game, I felt we deserved to win the game, and we won the penalties, so I thought that was deserved. Against Drexel, I thought it was a very even game after, you know, a poor first half from us, but again, I thought we got back in the game, we had our chances, they had their chances. And you know, sometimes it's just a luck of the draw, and Adam Janowski came up big on that 4th penalty save, and indeed the penalty save in regulation that would have made it 2-0. So it's a fine line between success and failure, and the fact was that, you know, we probably got the rub of the green, and when we went through, and again, Drexel are a very good team, and as shown by the fact they got an at-large bid, so we're proud of the fact that we came through that too.
And just talk about Adam Janowski coming in after 4 seasons on the roster, being a backup, never really getting the chance to start. He fills in for the injured Roberto Pellegrini and does a great job with 5 shutouts.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he played was due to an injury, and it makes you second guess yourself as a head coach. Maybe if you got a few more games, it would have you'd been able to contribute earlier. But the fact was he'd hardly played in his 4 years. He kept going, he kept working hard. So from my point of view, every accolade he gets, every bit of credit he gets, he thoroughly deserves, because he kept working. And in his later years, he worked ever so hard to be where he was. And then he took his chance, and again, he made a couple of mistakes, but he made up for them with fantastic saves, and he kept us in 2 or 3 games, and I think he deserves. He got Player of the Week for college soccer for this area, and he deserves that, and I'm just so happy for him. And he'll do well. He's a very, very hard worker, both on and off the field, so very happy for him.
And speaking of awards, Sean Foster wins his 3rd consecutive Colonial Athletic Association Defensive Player of the Year, and with his eligibility exhausted, just talk about his legacy playing at Hofstra.
Well, he's probably been the best defender, him and Guy Flood, we've ever had at this university, and I believe he could play at the next level. Hopefully he'll get the chance, hopefully somebody will take a chance. He's a bit older and he's a foreign player, so it's harder to fit into the professional game over here. But I know wherever he goes he'll do very well, so let's hope they take a chance. But he's just, he's a fantastic player. His reading of the game is unbelievable. He's not the quickest, but his mind is the quickest, and he's just been a rock for us at the back there, and he's kept us in many games, and he's indeed won us a few games with his offensive skills too.
And just talk about some of the other seniors who wrapped up their careers. Stephen Berea, you've seen what he can do for 4 years. Thomas Beck is, before he was hurt, obviously a great contributor. AJ Laza, just talk about those players.
All solid contributors, my kind of rumor. They've all done a great job. All local lads have come here, they've done well, they've had some ups and downs. I would say Stefan has done very well in the fact that we've moved him around a little bit from forward and left midfield, right midfield, and then back to left defence. So he just stuck to his task, and I do believe that left defence position is his best position because he can get forward from there. AJ Lars has had a few injury problems, but when he's fit, he's a very good player, and he's rock steady, keeps the game simple. My kind of rumour. Very dynamic going forward, gets past people. Would have liked a little bit more end product from him, but he's kept going. He's very dynamic, and I think there's an outside chance that if he gets in a good environment, that he can keep playing the game as well. And then Tommy Beckers has just been a great leader for us in terms of how he's conducted himself both on and off the field. He's had a few injuries, a broken leg, and he's had a concussion last year, and then this injury this year, this MCL. But he's served as a captain tremendously well, and he's going to do well in life too. So just very proud of all the seniors.
And just looking ahead to the future, there's a lot of talent coming back. Joseph Holland wins the League Rookie of the Year. You have Maid Mevich, Chris Reeves coming back as well for the offense. Just how excited are you for next season?
Well, we're very excited. I wish it could start tomorrow, but we've a great core group coming back with a lot of experience, and then with some young lads we feel will come along too. I mean, we've got Elevo, I think, can develop. He got some playing time. We've got a young lad called Dane Sackery who's doing very well in practice, and one or two others. So I think we've got a very good core, and especially from the midfield going forward already, we've got to bring in a couple of defenders and maybe another goalkeeper to back up Roberto, who hopefully will be back up his injury. We've also got Elliot Firth, who who's going to be playing next year. He's going to be a tremendous player too, so I'm excited, and as I say, I want it to start tomorrow.
Well, it's funny, you always mention how difficult the conference is, and just with that high level of competition, just how valuable is that for the players who are returning going forward to have that experience going up against top teams?
Yeah, well, you learn from your past and you learn from your experience, as we've previously said, and knowing that they've got all this experience now, we can hopefully add to it with some quality recruits coming in. It just bodes well for the future, but as you know, it's not easy. We've got to work hard in the off-season. We've got to make sure we're superbly fit coming in, and we've got to mould this team into another team that can challenge for the conference championship.
All right, well, Coach, thank you very much for the time all season long, and looking forward to seeing you next season.
Yeah, thanks very much.
And thank you, fans, for tuning in to the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com.